Mom, I better take my lunch today. Bertrand Hammond has a terminal hangnail, and I'm not going to be able to get out of the studio.
Oh, quiet. Willie, now I have to start all over again.
Sorry. Start what?
I'm trying to help Elaine save the koala bears to the tune of 6 books of raffle tickets, and now I can't figure out what happened to $12.50.
Koala bears? I thought they lived in Australia.
They do.
And?
There's a blight.
On Australia?
On the eucalyptus trees. The bears live on them. They're in danger of starving.
Oh. Okay, I'll contribute half my lunch if you'll make it for me.
That hulking object out there is called a refrigerator. Open it. See what you can make out of it. I am late, Willie.
Me too.
Oh, Willie. I'm late for school. Would you take me there?
Make my lunch and it's a deal.
I just said I was late.
Then you better get moving. I have to have my breakfast to keep my strength up.
For filing negatives? Come on.
For your information, Bertrand Hammond has taken to his bed, and I am in charge of the entire photographic studio. So show a little respect.
Excuse me, Mr. Lawrence, sir. How about sweet pickles and peanut butter on whole wheat?
Skip it. I'll send out for a taco.
I'm sure this routine will be a smash on the Gong Show, and I hate to interrupt. But, Buddy, I have to stop at Elaine's and drop off these raffle tickets, and then I have 2 classes. I should be back about 3.
So?
So, I want you to know where I'll be in case of emergency.
What kind of an emergency?
Forget it. Have fun, Willie. It could be the start of something wonderful.
Yeah. Maybe Mrs. Wadley will bring her Pekingese in. Or maybe your daughter. Or maybe both. They're twins, you know. Make my lunch.
I've got to keep my strength up.
I'll be right there. Oh, hi. I'm Willie Lawrence.
Jill Redfield. I have an appointment with Mr. Hammond. Would you tell him I'm here?
He's out sick today.
That's the best news I've heard. Bye.
I'm taking his settings until his condition improves.
Prepare yourself. You're in for life. I've been coming here since my bear rug phase, and I can assure you, Mr. Hammond's condition has only deteriorated.
Oh, really? Why don't you sit down there?
Where are the silk roses?
Huh?
He had them set up for my sweet 16 picture, and the same silk roses when I graduated from school. He has a cold, right?
Yes. He's not expected to survive.
Uh-huh. He gets to a year, and in between, hay fever. You know, Bertrand Hammond has sneezed his way through every momentous occasion in my life.
Huh.
Well, let's get on with this, huh? And if you say, let's see those dimples, I'll throw up.
If you lay down and cross your hands across your chest, I'm sure I can find a lily for you to hold.
Just take the picture, will you, please? This is all very tedious.
Why bother then?
If you must know, my fiancé wants a decent picture of me. It's a birthday present for him.
Have you considered a watercolor? Hand-painted on a tie, maybe?
Bertrand Hammond would have a coronary if he could hear you.
Oh, please, Mum, don't report me. I've got a family to support.
What's a nice boy like you doing in a place like this?
Well, you see, I got caught trying to blow up Mr. Hammond's safe, and I got sentenced for life.
You should have requested the water torture.
You know, I should have thought of that. This morning, it was a sweet 16 portrait of a Pekingese.
Ruth Watling's Peak, right?
Wrong. It was her daughter. Hey!
No fair.
Oh, fair. So what was your name again?
Jill Redfield.
What's Jill Redfield?
Damned if I know.
Very good. Nice. A famous aviatrix? Yeah? A princess in a tower.
Oh, yes.
No, I've got it. Big Bird. I always wondered who was behind those feathers.
Me.
You have a nice smile. You have a nice laugh. That's good. That's very nice. That ought to do it.
That's it? Bertrand Hammond keeps me here for 4 hours at a time.
Well, I'll have your proofs for you tomorrow. Late. So what is it, Jill Redfield?
Look in my file. It's all there. Thanks. That was almost fun.
Buddy, if you forgot your key... Oh, excuse me. I thought my daughter... Are you Catherine Lawrence? Yes. May I come in? If you're selling something, I... No, I'm not. Please, I can't talk to you standing out here. Come in. Thank you. What did you say your name is? I didn't. It's funny. Before you opened the door, I knew exactly what I was going to say, and now I don't know where to begin.
You know my name. Maybe you better start by telling me yours.
It's Susan. Susan Bowers.
Susan Bowers.
Well, I guess the only way to do it is to do it. I'm Susan Bowers. I'm your daughter.
My daughter?
Yes. Did you know that there are 2 other Catherine Lawrences in Pasadena and 4 in San Bernardino?
Just a minute.
Look, I know I shouldn't have come here without any warning. I should have called, I should have written. But I was afraid if I did...
You've made a mistake.
No, I haven't. You're my mother.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
But you have to be. You're the last one. And you know me. I can see that you do.
Yes, I do. I do know you. But I'm not your mother.
You are Catherine Lawrence. This is Pasadena.
Yes, but I'm not your mother.
But my adoptive mother, Janet Bowers, told me that my natural mother's name was Catherine Lawrence. She knew that from the attorney who arranged for my adoption.
I know. Please come in here. Sit down. The lawyer did know your mother was Catherine Lawrence, but that was not her real name.
Not her real name.
It's hard to explain. Your mother used my name.
Used your name? Why?
She was young and afraid, frightened someone might find out. She wasn't married. She was my closest friend, and I let her use my name.
Your closest friend? Do you still know her?
Yes.
Is she here?
Oh, hi, Mom. I went over to Audrey's.
This is my buddy Lawrence, Susan Bowers.
Hi.
Hello?
Are you the Avon lady?
Not exactly.
Buddy, Susan and I have things to talk about.
Okay, I can take a hint. Are you staying for dinner?
I'll see you later, Toots. She looks like you. We're very much alike.
I'm very much like Janet Bowers, but I don't look like her. It can be so painful not to know who you look like. Please tell me my mother's name.
I can't do that. But I will tell her you're here and that you want to see her.
Do you think she'll see me?
I'm sure she will.
Thank you, Mrs. Lawrence. I hope I didn't cause you any embarrassment, but I just had to do it. You understand.
Yes.
I'll call you.
In the morning.
Kate, you must have heard my prayers. Come on in, grab an apron, and help. It's the edging that does you in. Something tells me you're not here to help me with this project.
Elaine,
You look as if you'd lost your best friend, but here I am, so what's up?
for God's sake, put that stuff down. I can't talk to you like this.
You're behaving very mysteriously, Kate.
I don't know how to start.
Is it Fred? Has something happened to Fred?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Then what is it?
Susan Bowers came to see me this afternoon. She's been looking for you.
Looking for me? I don't understand. How did she get to you? Are you sure it's really Susan?
She got to me because she'd been told that her natural mother's name was Catherine Lawrence and that she probably lived in Pasadena.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Kate. I never would have used your name if I'd thought anything like this would happen.
None of that matters. She wants to see you.
You didn't tell her my name.
Oh, of course not. I told her I'd talk to you first.
My God, she's 20 years old.
Do you want to call her, or should I bring her here? Elaine?
I can't, Kate. I can't see her. Mrs. Bowers shouldn't have told her anything.
My God, Elaine. We're not talking about some casual acquaintance from the past. Susan Bowers is your daughter. If she wants to see you, you can't just ignore her.
I gave birth to her. But her mother is the woman who took care of her, who brought her up, who's been with her every day for 20 years. I'm not that person.
That may be so, but it's you she wants to see.
You think I should see her, don't you?
I think you must.
What is she like?
I don't really know. Quick, bright.
Does she... Who does she look like?
That's what she wants to know.
Oh, Kate. Tomorrow. But not here.
Where then?
Your house. I'd like you to be nearby.
Ross Bradley of Dry Lake, has been seriously injured in an accidental fall from the roof of his family's house.
Kate, been gone for hours.
Treated for a broken leg and severe concussion.
Was Elaine all right?
Mrs. John Charles Freeman of Lone Pine celebrates her 95th birthday today.
No.
Mrs. Freeman is the widow of one of the original settlers.
Honey? What is it?
Oh, nothing. It's all right. Did you have dinner? Is Buddy home?
Yes, we had dinner. Buddy's doing her homework. Willie's around someplace. Now, what happened?
What happened? Well, at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the doorbell rang. I went to the door. There was a very pretty girl, and she said, "Are you Catherine Lawrence?" And when I said yes, she said, "I'm Susan Bowers, and you're my mother."
Kate, what the hell are you talking about?
You asked me what happened, I'm telling you. She's about 20 years old. And the only thing she knew was that her natural mother's name was Catherine Lawrence. She's Elaine's child.
My God. I'd almost forgotten that whole business. That awful guy she was with before she met Fred. We were living in an apartment. Nancy had just learned to walk.
Yes. Well, anyway, that's what happened.
That's it. Not quite. Why did the girl say her mother was called Catherine Lawrence?
Oh, Doug, I know I should have told you when it happened. But Elaine made me promise, and then later the name business just didn't seem important.
Well, it was important then. And it is now.
Oh, Doug, you remember how things were then. Single girl, alone, pregnant. It was too hard. She was going to have the baby, but she wasn't able to face the idea of anybody finding out about it. Her parents. Oh, you know. She found a doctor. First time she went to see him, I went with her. She was petrified. It was just a spur-of-the-moment decision. While we were walking into the building, I looked at her. I handed her my wallet with all the identification in it, and I said, "If it'll make it any easier for you, be me."
Kate.
I know it was crazy, but we were just kids. Good friends even then. It was all I could think of.
Now what?
Elaine's meeting her tomorrow.
Meeting her?
Of course, Susan's very anxious to see her.
Well, I can understand that, but is Elaine absolutely certain that she wants the meeting?
She's her mother.
Well, don't jump at me. That's not an insane question. Adopted children want to see their natural parents. The natural parents can't always handle it. There may be other problems. Well, Elaine didn't give up that child casually, you know. What I'm trying to say is Elaine has a right to her privacy, her anonymity, if she wants it.
Well, she doesn't want it. I don't agree with you.
Well, you don't have to. I hope you haven't been pressuring her.
I don't think so. She did have some doubts, but she made the decision herself.
Well, that's all right, then. I think you better keep out of it from here on in.
Doug, I said she could meet her here.
Kate.
It'll be all right. Don't worry. I'm going to get ready for bed now.
Kate, call Elaine. Tell her you don't want the meeting here. I'm getting very uneasy about the whole thing.
Doug, this is between Elaine and me. She's my friend, and I want to help her get through this.
Morning.
Good morning.
Uh-oh. Maybe I better go upstairs and eat my room. Don't tell me I'm going to become the product of a broken home.
Yeah. Willie, read.
Well, well, it seems that I photographed a celebrity yesterday. Hey, how about showing a little interest? How about a question or two, huh?
Oh, Willie, of course we're interested. Who, what, when, where, and how?
There she is. Queen of the annual charity ball on the arm of Ryan Carpenter III. She came in yesterday to have her picture taken for her fiancé. I guess that's him.
She's very pretty.
The lovely Miss Jill Redfield, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Byron Redfield. She's coming in today for her proofs. I better get going.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Morning.
Fine, goodbye.
It's for me.
You know, if I said that, she'd have a fit.
Feel free. Hello? Yes. Yes, I did. Would you hold on for a minute? I want to go to the other phone. Buddy, I'm going in the study. Please hang up when I get on the line.
Come on, honey. Well, now, don't listen.
Mysterious phone calls from Mom. Could be a secret admirer. Doesn't it worry you?
It's a distraction, but I guess I'll have to live with it. So will you.
Nah. I'll just imagine something. And it'll turn out to be something much more interesting than just the facts. It always does.
Come in.
Oh, I'm a mess.
You're not the only one. Sit down. Would you like anything?
No, I don't think I could swallow. Oh, Mrs. Lawrence, thank you. Thank you.
When she gets here, I'll go upstairs.
I know that I'm a little early, but I just couldn't sit around another minute. Do you know that I've been up since the crack of dawn? I'm so excited. I feel as if I'm going to burst.
I'm sure she feels the same way.
Hi. I see you're out to lunch.
It's okay. Your proofs are ready. Doesn't the chance to see the results of my creative efforts intrigue you?
Not much. The truth is, I hate having my picture taken.
You could have fooled me. There must be 50 pictures in your file.
My family likes things to be a matter of record, and I'm very obedient. Aren't you?
Aren't I what?
Obedient.
Obedient. I don't think I've ever said that word out loud before. Obedient. That's a pip.
I guess that answers my question.
I'll go get the proofs. You can look at them out here. That was my lunch.
And very good, too.
I'm so glad you could join me. Here are your proofs.
The third one from the top in the first column.
You're kidding. Do me a favor and don't tell anybody that I took that. Why'd you pick the only one that looks like it was taken at the local precinct house?
It's the one my mother will like.
Personally, I prefer that one.
I prefer it, too. But that's really not the point, is it?
Could have fooled me.
When can I have the finished product?
couple of days. Tell me something. Is this the one that Ryan Carpenter III will like, too?
I guess so. I really don't know what he likes.
Well, he likes you, for one thing.
Are you in love with anyone?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm sure. I'm definitely not.
How does Ryan feel about that? You two are getting married, aren't you?
Of course. We've known each other all our lives. Our grandmothers went to each other's weddings, you know.
No, I don't know. Tell me something. Which one of these does Jill Redfield like?
If I could tell you that, I wouldn't be sitting here, would I?
Okay, why don't you just do what you feel like doing?
What I'd really like is for you to print the one you like. Paint a mustache on it and send it to all of them, with my regrets.
Susan?
I know. She's been held up.
She's not coming. She said she just can't handle it.
No. She has to. She promised. Please call her. Tell her that she has to.
I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry.
Mom? So, we meet again.
Hi, buddy.
Hi. Where's my mom?
She's in the kitchen making some tea.
Is something wrong?
Why do you ask?
She doesn't really like tea, but she pours it down herself and anyone else when there's a problem.
Well, I'm a little down, and your mom thought that it might help.
See, I told you. How do we know you anyway?
You don't know me. My mother is an old friend of your mother's, but they lost touch when we moved.
I know what you mean. I had a friend once. She moved to Detroit. I thought we'd go on knowing each other forever, but I didn't even get a birthday card this year from her. To tell you the truth, I didn't send her one either.
Well, buddy, that happens. But people do make friends that they never lose, that they stay in touch with no matter what.
Yeah. You know, my mom's got a friend. She's known her for about 25 years.
Yes?
If we moved to the moon, they'd still be friends. 25 years. Can you imagine that? Knowing someone for almost a quarter of a century?
Buddy,
Mom, could I have some tea?
you don't like tea.
Neither do you, but you're having some.
What I'd like, Smarty Pants, is to talk to Susan alone.
Okay. Guess you guys have a lot to catch up on.
I told her that you were an old friend of my mother's and that you hadn't seen each other in years.
Thank you.
I don't understand why she didn't come. I just want to see her.
Have you always? Or is that a stupid question?
No, it isn't a stupid question, and... No, I haven't always. When they told me that I was adopted, I thought about it. Mostly about her, who she was, and why she gave me up. It's funny. I guess it's always the mothers that you wonder about. But I was happy, and the wondering just wasn't imperative. Stephen and Janet Bowers were my parents in every way that mattered. And it just wasn't that important that I had another set of parents somewhere else.
And then something happened.
Yes. My father died when I was 15. And 6 months ago, I lost my mother.
Oh.
Please understand, I don't need anything from her. I have money, I'm in college, it's all taken care of. It's just that God. This is so hard to explain. When my mother died, the wondering began again. Only this time, it became very, very important. When I was a little girl, my mother and I used to play a game. We'd stand by the mirror and she'd say, "Mirror, mirror on the wall."
Who's the fairest one of all?
Right, right. And I'd say, "Who, Mommy? Who? Tell me who." And she'd say, "Janet Bauer's little girl. That's who. Susan Emily Bowers." And then we'd look at each other in the mirror and we'd laugh and laugh. After the funeral, I saw myself in a mirror. The game came back to me. Only this time, there was no one standing next to me. The face that I saw had no one standing next to it, reflecting it. I didn't know who Susan Emily Bowers was anymore. I couldn't connect my face to anyone. I'm sorry, I guess I'm not making much sense.
Yes, you are.
It's not that I need affirmation as a person. Janet Bowers gave me that. I'm her daughter. I'm her little girl. It's just that next to that knowledge, I have this urgent need to know who else I am, who I look like. I can't help it.
I can understand that.
I'm so glad. Because then you can understand that I'm not going to give up. I'm going to find her.
There's nothing to say. You did what you thought was right.
Kate, please, I just couldn't. I got all dressed. I was in the car. And suddenly I was frozen.
You don't need to explain.
I know that. I want to.
Frankly, I'd rather you didn't. I think what you did was terrible, and no amount of explaining can make any difference.
Kate.
I don't think we should talk about this anymore. Certainly not now. Good night.
Good night.
Mom, what is the Petite Maison?
It's a fine food shop. Why?
Well, this was just delivered. For me. Oh,
Oh, somebody knows the way to your heart.
get this. I owe you a lunch. How about tomorrow? Same time, same place, please. I'm desperate. Do you remember that picture I showed you in the paper this morning, Jill Redfield?
Yes.
She ate my lunch today without being invited. She's got a problem. She's supposed to marry this guy who she doesn't love. She wants somebody to tell her what to do. I think really she wants someone to tell her who she is.
Maybe we should hang out a shingle.
Hi, Audrey. Listen, if someone gave you 2 tickets to the Donny Osmond show for your birthday, who would you take with you? Robin McKay? You'd take Robin McKay, huh? No, I'm getting you something else. If you do want to see the Donny Osmond show with Robin, tell her to get the tickets. Audrey, I don't think I'm speaking to you. Oh, hi, Susan. I thought you were one of my former friends, Audrey.
Hi, Buddy. Is your mother at home?
She just left.
Is there any place I can reach her?
She was going to the nursery for some plants. She'll be there for hours. It's a thing she does when she's upset. It's therapeutic, she says.
Upset?
Yeah, something's bothering her. Personally, I think she had a fight with one of her friends.
The friend she's known for a quarter of a century?
Yeah, Elaine Hogan.
Elaine Hogan. That's her name.
Huh?
Nothing, Buddy. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Elaine Hogan.
Hi.
You know, it's funny, but you don't look desperate.
Well, when I got home yesterday, I realized what I'd told you. I said I didn't love Ryan.
Oh, don't worry. I'll die with your secret.
It's not that. I thought a lot about it, and I think maybe I ought to cancel the order for my photographs.
Dear, you can give him a tie instead.
You know what I mean. What would you do if you were me?
I'd give him a tie.
Please, Willie, I'm serious.
Okay. I'm sorry. Why me?
I guess because you don't know me. You don't expect things of me. I'm expected to become Mrs. Ryan Carpenter III.
Now, wait a second. Sit down. Come on, sit down. Did you hear what you just said? You're expected to. This isn't India or someplace where one family turns over a herd of cattle and a sack of gold to another family and a marriage is arranged. Unless there are cows wandering around your living room. You don't have to marry anyone that you don't want to. And if you don't like what's been arranged, you can say thanks, but no thanks, and move on.
To what? To whom?
Forget whom. Try to where. And, send me a postcard.
You think I should just leave? Run away?
I think you should be who you are, and not what someone wants you to be.
Would you rather get a postcard from Paris or Rio?
Well, that's something that you are expected to decide for yourself.
You'll be hearing from me.
Kate.
Elaine.
Therapeutic gardening, right? Kate, please talk to me. I called you back last night.
I thought it was you. I just didn't feel up to talking. I'm not sure I do now.
Please try. When Fred and I were in trouble, you're the one who sat me down in your kitchen and said that relationships between people depend on their being able to talk to each other. I know you're angry.
Angry? Yes, I am angry. And so disappointed. I don't understand it. How could you not show up? How could you just leave her sitting there? Do you have any idea what Susan's feelings were? She's your daughter.
Her feelings? My God, Kate, what about my feelings? Kate, what about my feelings?
Come over here. She just wanted to see you, that's all.
That's all. What do you think I've wanted for 20 years? Since the time I left that lawyer's office. I wanted to go back and say, no, I've changed my mind. No one can have my baby.
But you didn't.
No, I'd met them. Stephen and Janet Bowers. A family. With everything except a baby. Women give up their babies because they want them to have something more out of life, not less. I wanted Susan to have everything. But you can't believe because I gave her up, that was the end of it, that I never thought of her again. She was all I thought about. Every birthday. Every time someone called out Susan to some little girl. Every time a friend had a baby. Every time I picked one up.
But you knew where she was. You could have.
Gone to see her? No, I couldn't do that. If I'd seen her, I would have wanted to talk to her. If I talked to her, I wanted to hold her. That wouldn't have been fair to her, to the Bowers, or to me. So I never went. But the wanting to didn't stop. And I met Fred, and we got married when Sally was born. I didn't forget. I still felt the wanting. But I could tolerate the feeling.
And you're afraid you couldn't now?
I can't afford to take that risk. Sally'd be affected, so would Fred. I don't think it's right to threaten what we have. Or what Susan had with the Bowers. By becoming her mother now.
I wish you'd told me this before.
Well, at least we have finally.
Let's get out of here.
Kate, please. Is Susan all right?
Yes, she's all right. I think her life has been everything you wanted it to be for her.
How about some coffee?
Good idea. Are those the azaleas you got a couple of months ago?
Aren't they grand?
I'm going to steal a cutting or two. You go on ahead. You won't miss a thing.
Go right ahead. I'll only be a minute.
Susan.
I didn't know you'd be here.
How did you find out?
I called you, and Buddy said that you were upset with your friend, Elaine Hogan. Don't worry, I didn't tell Buddy anything. I just put what she said together with what's been going on lately, and I knew. Is she here?
Yes, she's in the house.
I'd like to see her alone.
I'd like you to go before she comes out.
You said you understood.
I do. But I understand something else, too. She can't see you now. She shouldn't be forced to.
But I'm her daughter.
Exactly. Can you understand that she wants to see you very much? Maybe even more than you want to see her.
No. No, all I can understand now is that she didn't want me, and she still doesn't.
Don't. You were given up so that you could have something. And you did. You had a mother who loved you and cared for you for 20 years. Maybe that's part of the reason that you feel left again.
Janet Bowers didn't leave me. She died.
Yes. Part of you is gone because of that. Maybe you would feel better if you saw Elaine. But you never considered how she'd feel. I didn't either. If you met now and left, what would she have? A flood of memories and the face of a daughter she couldn't know. Do you want to leave that kind of turmoil in your wake?
No, of course I don't. But I have a right to know who I am, who I came from.
You do know.
Will I ever see her?
It took a very long time to get used to the idea that she could never see you again. Give her some time to get used to the idea that she can.
But if she wants to see me, how will she find me?
The same way you found her. From me.
Kate? I'm sorry it took so long, but Fred called. Did you get the flowers you wanted?
Oh, no, they're too pretty to cut. Now let's have that coffee. Before I faint.